It's going to be quite a work day. It's 4:30 in the morning and the day has just begun.
This week was pretty rough, to be honest. Great week for the train business, but it was a really busy week when it came to all the administration type stuff.
I'm working on a big project for tax purposes. I have to calculate the cost of goods sold. So I have about 500 items that never had a cost associated with them. And this is carryover inventory from our old system.
Inventory was just more exhausting. It was a long session. It was a little like, I'd rather be running trains. I'd rather be doing customer service. I'd rather be shipping trains.
Last year we moved to a new website which had an inventory system built into it, which is excellent. The only problem was a lot of the data that we needed to calculate our cost of goods sold for inventory, it wasn't there. So we had to dig through old invoices and different things like that. So it was a time-consuming process. We were hoping to wrap it up on Monday, but it went into Tuesday morning and it turned into a really long day.
Taxes are done. Now it's train time. I think we have near 60 shipments today. It's going to be a madhouse in here.
It was just an uphill battle the rest of the week.
It was crazy. I felt like all week we were just trying to catch up.
On Tuesday, we shipped out about 50 packages, and it was like we didn't even scrape the surface of what we needed to do.
This was probably one of the craziest weeks that we had in a long time. And here's what that looks like. We got a ton of orders here that are ready to go to the mail, empty boxes to take back to the warehouse, some items to fit on a shelf somewhere, small bag of packing peanuts, and a large bag, items to store, empty bins, items to restock, items that just came in to put away, items to find a place for, new stands to assemble. There's this mess.
But we got it done, we survived, and we started to get caught up. And at that point, we started to get things in order, and I really think things turned around and became a great week.
Okay, so we got a table full of Katie's. So we were able to double the amount we ordered. We definitely needed that with how much we have been selling. I mean, we have some customers who buy every single 10 and 11 pack that we have in stock.
This is very exciting for me. I'm kind of the one that does like the orders, reorders for restocking things for our store and our online shop. Like every HO 140 series was out of stock. Every bulk pack was out of stock. A ton of wheels were out of stock.
It's so good to be able to bring in more Katie products and have more trust with them. They're such a great company to work with, and we know our customers love their products as well. So being able to stock up more on them and expand more into their line in the future, we definitely look forward to that.
Lots of Katie couplers and accessories.
And after a long wait, I finally broke out this awesome TCS Bachmann Amtrak charger. Love it. So that was definitely a highlight in all the chaos. Got some passenger cars from Rapido to go with it. And I love it all. It's awesome.
You might remember our video from a few weeks ago. We got a bunch of Lionel stuff. It was like a year's worth of Lionel. When we made that order, some of the items were back ordered, so we had to wait for some things to come in. And we got 9 more boxes this past week, including very heavy transformers. We got about 10 transformers. Just when we thought we had enough Lionel fast track type stuff, we got a lot more now.
I just put this S-curve in the layout, which I should have known better. I like to run larger cars, such as this nice reefer here, which is now needing a repair because it got ripped off the track during our live show. So I went back to the drawing board, figured I'd do some modifications here. I'm going to be removing about 4.5 inches from each of these tracks here, and I'm going to pull in a little bit of a siding so I can store an Amtrak, which is something I always wanted, and that's why I started tearing all this up and added concrete ties too, which is pretty cool. One thing that's going to be nice is up there I have the intermodal yard that starts. Well, I'm actually going to be able to start it back here. I figured that out. So that's going to allow for maybe 3 to 6 individual Husky stacks, and that could be really helpful. So all in all, everything worked out good. It's just a lesson that something that looks good on paper, you really don't know until you try it out in the real world. So that's one thing that's great about Easy Track is, I don't have to do all kinds of crazy stuff to start over here. I just literally take it apart and try again.
And just at the end of the week, we started to experiment with Victoria's shipping station. And yet again, I think it's going to evolve the way we do our shipping. I think it's really going to help speed things up in the long run and keep us more organized throughout the shipping process. So again, it was a crazy week, but it was definitely a great week. This business has been such an incredible journey. And like I said in the last video, we're just getting started. We're not even in full throttle yet. Just wait.